not guilty for reason of insanity. First, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on who was the first person to plead not guilty for reason of insanity. Then I will give you a little background on Andrea Yates. So according to attorney Janet Portman from criminallawdefense.com, the first pleading not guilty for reason of insanity was introduced by the British in the 18th century. In the case of Daniel Monaghan, this here is Daniel Monaghan. He suffered a paranoid delusion. His intent was to kill the Prime Minister, the British Prime Minister, but instead killed Edward Drummond. So then he was arrested and found not guilty because of his delusion, paranormal delusion. And he was sent to a mental hospital for the rest of his life. Okay, so how do you plead not guilty for reason of insanity? So states like Montana, Idaho, Kansas, and Utah do not allow a defendant to plead not guilty for reason of insanity. It's determined by 3 types of tests. The first one is the Monaghan rule, which is, does the person understand what he or she was doing, and does the person understand that it was wrong? The second test is the irresistible pause. That one is like if the defendant the pause, like they couldn't resist the pause, they could control it, and that caused them to commit the crime. The other one is the Durham rule, which is the person needs a diagnostic from like a doctor or a mental facility to say that the person is mentally ill. And then the jurisdiction to choose one of the tests, or the jurisdiction could choose 2 of the tests, so you can mix them up. Okay, so first I gave you a little bit of background on pleading not guilty for reason of insanity. Now I'm going to talk to you about Andrea Yates. So who is Andrea Yates? So she was born in Nashville, Texas in June 2nd, 1964. She's still alive. She's 51 years old right now. She later moved to Houston, Texas, had 5 children there. And then after her 3rd children, she suffered from depression. And that's how you say it? That. And then so after her 3rd child, she was taking medication to control her depression, and then she stopped taking it without the doctor and her husband knowing about it. So then after she stopped taking the pill, she attempted suicide with pills, and then with killing herself with a knife. So then on June 20th, 2001, she drowned her 5 children. According to her attorney, George Parson, he didn't know whether to plead not guilty for reason of insanity or to plead guilty, because the judge and the jury wanted her to get the death penalty. But then afterwards, she was convicted of 40 years in prison, life in prison with the possibility of parole after the 40 years. And then her attorney appealed and said that it wasn't a fair trial because she didn't get the test needed to see if she was really not guilty. So then during the investigation, and they asked Andrea Yates, like, why did she commit the murder? And then she said that, I was talking to God, and he told me that I should kill my children right now that they're little, right now that they haven't sinned. That way they will go to heaven and not hell. That was her excuse. And then afterwards, she was done the 2 tests, which was the impulse test and the Monaghan test, and then that's how they figured out that she was not guilty. She was not guilty because she was mentally insane. So these are her 5 children here. In July 26, 2006, she was found not guilty for reason of insanity, and she was put into the North Texas State Hospital for medical treatment. And this concludes my presentation about Andrea Yates. So a person cannot commit a murder and go to the judge and tell them like, oh, I'm crazy, no, they need some background checks to see if they really have history on insanity. So this concludes my presentation.